first broker to ever break 9 figures in a transaction. I mean, it's remarkable to I have goosebumps.
As realtors and brokers, we really need to educate ourselves constantly. It can't be like, dang, I took that test, I'm good. Where's my $20 million deal?
Wouldn't that be nice?
I would love that. It is not that easy, folks. It is not that easy. And that's where AI comes in. Use it, because there's so much data. We're never going to be experts in everything. So you have a complex situation, use AI, fact check it. I want to be your quarterback in all your real estate deals. I don't care if the property is $200,000 or $200 million. I want us to be the one to make the phone call.
What does the future look like for the elite broker?
Okay, this is a great question, and thank you for asking it.
Do you know, I have a story. We sold a house that was left to a nonprofit in Jackson Hole. It had a life estate to the cat.
Oh my goodness, and they have 9 lives. Okay, go on.
We were like, this thing is never gonna die. What do you think the future definition of luxury is?
The younger generation, they want nothing to do with it. They don't even want labels anymore. Mm-hmm. Like this alpha generation.
Oh yeah.
Idiots, but anyway, no.
I still like my fancy, yeah.
Luxury is not anything you flaunt. It's your own thing. It's something you have in your heart. It's how you feel.
Luxury is what brings you joy. I love that.
Hi, this is Asha Saxena. I'm a tech entrepreneur, professor at Columbia University, a best-selling author for The AI Factor and The Digital Human Advantage.
I'm Julie Foppel, CEO and founder of Realm Global, a community for the most elite real estate professionals in the world.
So this podcast is going to touch upon artificial intelligence and luxury. But most importantly, it's going to talk about how it's redefining luxury in today's day and age.
I'm so excited to learn more about how we protect our most precious assets, our relationships, using technology and artificial intelligence.
Really think about the culture and, most importantly, the human potential. I welcome you all to continue listening and participating. Welcome to Intelligent Luxury.
They were going to give me my own TV show in LA called Queen of the Hills. And we did the pilot and everything, and my kids begged me not to do it. And it was my training younger agents on how to be a good agent.
Queen of the Hills.
Yeah.
I love that. And I think that's how we should kick off this episode. Catherine Bassick, welcome to Intelligent Luxury. You are truly, a queen of the hills in more ways than one. Trust and estates expert, legendary real estate broker, first broker to ever break 9 figures in a transaction. It's remarkable to I have goosebumps.
Thank you.
So you'll pardon me if I fangirl for just a minute.
Oh my God. You are so kind. Yeah, I was going to use that as my password for a time, but I decided not to. The 9-figure deal.
How cool is that? So as we kick off this episode of Intelligent Luxury, what does that mean to you? What does intelligent luxury mean to you?
One thing is that we can't be snobby about it, and we can't act as if the person who's walking through a door and working with us does not have the grace, and we should not show them the grace that they deserve in working with us, and we should be nice to them. It's like that whole Pretty Woman thing where the girls were like, you need to leave here. No, we don't do that. We are, if you're truly luxury, you're intelligent, you know value, and you respect the fact that your people also know value. They didn't get to where they are by being dumb about spending money. That's, I guess, a big part of it. So I believe that when we're dealing with luxury and intelligent luxury, we have to truly show the value that we bring to the table. Because let's face it, there are a lot of realtors around this world, a ton. And a lot of them, I think there was a report that's 92% did not sell a single house 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for them, but people who are really, they respect their craft and they really take it seriously, they're always going to do very well because people trust them. They become part of the team that handles everything for them. It's like their accountant, their CPA, their wealth advisor, their therapist, all of those people. And then ideally you should be in that room with them. And the way that I look at it is I'm the quarterback of any real estate need that they have. And in this level, most of the clients have, on the average, 5 properties, and they're all over the world. And you have to be, not you, okay, I would like to be the person I like to say I am the person that they come to where I can do valuations for all of those properties on an annual basis, not to sell them anything, but just so that they know for their tax purposes and their value proposition what there is to have. And maybe they need to get rid of a property because it had, increased in value so much, and they could take that money and put it in another. And also being very knowledgeable. What are the options that they could do? What they could do it tax deferred or tax free. That's a whole other conversation. So, so that's the whole thing. And I feel like that as realtors and brokers, we really need to educate ourselves constantly. It can't be like, dang, I took that test. I'm good. Where's my $20 million deal?
Wouldn't that be nice?
I would love that. It is not that easy, folks. It is not that easy. And I just really pride myself, and my team prides themselves about being really just constantly learning, because as far as we know their problems and we're able to give them assistance in that, we will always have their loyalty.
One of the things, we've got Asha Saxena, who is my co-host on this podcast, and she's all about being the data scientist and artificial intelligence and where that is leading us. How do you see that enabling your role as this incredible trusted advisor?
Okay, I'm going to do a little bragging here. I was the first realtor ever to use Google AdWords, ever. So that's true.
That's
I can
amazing.
document it. Yes.
A visionary.
Yeah. And I'm an engineer by background, and I majored in physics, so I'm very, very analytical. I fear that too many people are looking at social media and AI and everything else to be their savior instead of the good old-fashioned talking, networking, and just being around people. At the end of the day, you've got to pick up the phone and you have to go to events. No one is going to knock on your door and say, I saw you on AI and I think you're the person for me. No, it doesn't work like that. So I respect all of those things, but they're just a tool. Every one of those things are tools. And anybody who thinks that, wow, I've got 100,000 followers, so I'm going to have all of these people that are going to come to me because I'm an influencer, I just don't think that really works. It may work for a little bit, but it's not going to be that consistent that's going to take you through the tough times and the good times.
I mean, you are right at the forefront of this generational transfer of wealth.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, this is going to be the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of mankind.
And so but the kids, I mean, we were just laughing about how they're a different group and their skill sets are different, their values are different. How are you connecting those dots?
So one of the things that we do is we work with families, and we call them generation 1, 2, and 3. Mm-hmm. And sometimes there's a 4, 1, 2, but they're not kind of there yet. But the old thing is like the first one makes it, the second one loses.
That's right.
We don't want that. So we actually help our clients really try to stay, along with their wealth advisors, really be able to manage their wealth and be able to protect and the legacy and have a steward of the property. And so sometimes, for example, I just sold 550 acres of dairy farm, and it was a property that was given to the kids from the parents. And the parents had amassed a huge amount of wealth throughout their lifetime. And they picked the second son to be the trustee. The oldest son is like, oh my God, dad must love him more. And so they didn't speak to each other. It was very, very confrontational. Part of my job is to come in and get these guys talking and getting them to get along. And after we sold that, they actually have a much better relationship because we showed respect for everybody. We showed an equitable division of the property among all the heirs. And then they had us take a look at another property that they have, which is 400 acres in Utah. So, for example, like the Utah property, we come in and it's like 400 acres. It's all landlocked with federal land, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay, well, that's worth nothing. But no, but Utah is huge with copper. And so we bring in valuation experts to come in and do the testing. Oh, these stories are fascinating. And then we say, oh, wow, look at that. That value, which we thought was this, is now exponentially more. And so we have a team of amazing professionals that we bring into all of these difficult situations. Another one was where the family had a property in Nantucket, and they thought, okay, we're going to sell this land. But we went and we got the valuation people in. We did expert GIS mapping, and we wound up finding out that that property, they were able to split it into 16 different lots.
Oh, wow.
So it wound up being way more powerful and more valuable than they even thought themselves, including their own CPAs and all of their experts. So
well, no, so you think about that though, Catherine, and I think the saying, and it's coming to me now. Like I think the saying is, you want to be the firstborn, the second wife, and the third broker, right?
Exactly.
Yes. And so when you think about that though, so from that context though, like what you're talking about is bringing in. You have built this arsenal behind you of all of these other kind of trusted advisors that are expert at what they do. I mean, tell me a little bit about what your vetting process is like, and kind of how you bring all of these people together, and then how that value gets communicated back to your client.
So we're finding that now with what I have put together, we want to be the first realtor and the only realtor, so no more third realtor, because that's good. And we get the first phone call, and most of our clients come from the wealth advisor or the CPA or the estate attorney. So it's coming in that way. It's not us bringing them in. And the way that we go to them is we say, and I say this to them, I want to be your quarterback in all your real estate deals. I don't care if the property is $200,000 or $200 million. I want us to be the one to make the phone call. And because I'm getting those phone calls, I'm able to take those leads because, of course, I'm only licensed in California and Massachusetts. I just gave someone at Realm a deal in Washington. They closed it within 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
And then in New York one. And so I am able to bring these people that I have as clients, and then their other properties, I can put them in touch with the Realm agents. And by the way, before this, I had given them to other agents that I knew, but the level of professionalism that I have gotten from the Realm agents is like head and shoulders. They make me look so good.
That's so awesome.
It's true.
But it's your ecosystem at the end of the day. You know, like that's the thing that I think is so interesting about kind of, as you described, intelligent luxury, and where it's like you're a peer with your clients. You know, it's not like you're subordinating yourself.
Oh, no. Yeah. No. And that's what people want too. They don't really, they have to take our advice. And I have had tough love with clients saying, you need to just go ahead and sign this. And there are times when I've asked in ahead of time, I said, may I be very honest with you in this transaction because some tough things might come up and you may not like what I'm hearing, but would you follow my advice even though it's not what you want to hear? And they're always, of course, Catherine, of course. And then I come back and they're like, no, that's not what we discussed. No, what we discussed is you're going to listen to me no matter what.
Do you know we call that, so in our team, we call that slug and hug. You know, where you're like,
oh, I like it.
I'm going to go ahead and give you a right hook, and then we're going to hug it out. You know?
It's hard because sometimes they won't take an offer. That's a great offer. And then 3 months later, the property's still sitting there. And then they're like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Well, I gave you a phenomenal offer, but you chose not to take it. And then they say, oh, I'm so sorry. But the cool thing is these people have many properties, so it's not a one and done. So we're able to go ahead and show our value through many transactions, not like a one and done thing.
That's it. Well, it's so, I mean, you are so far from one and done. I mean, look at, you've set this trajectory as kind of being a trailblazer and being somebody that has kind of always leveled up the industry. So as we look at, you know, again, going back to the kind of this podcast and really capturing the essence of intelligent luxury, what does the future look like for kind of the elite broker?
Okay, this is a great question. And thank you for asking it. And it should be asked all the time from everywhere that people are talking. There used to be stockbrokers. We call up our stockbroker, they do whatever, and we paid them hundreds of dollars, right, for the transaction, and then they did it. And so they're gone. They're now wealth advisors, the ones who made it and the ones who are successful. They're wealth advisors. The real estate industry cannot continue the way it is now. The client has too much information in their hands. So we have to be able to bring something to the table that they don't have. And what is that? That is information. That is helping them with their planning, with governance, with government oversight. We have to make ourselves, you know, like locally know what buildings are going through, what's going to affect their bottom line. So we have to be real estate advisors. I know a ton of people have that as their title, But come on, guys.
Anybody can print a business card. Anybody can print a business card.
Global
Catherine.
real estate advisor. Okay, what do you do? Okay, I actually am a global real estate advisor, and I actually do advise my clients on all of these other things. Like, okay, you want to sell that. What are you going to do with the money? Oh, I'm going to give it to charity. I have a good idea. Don't pay your capital gains taxes on that. Let's locate the charity. We're going to take this property. We're going to put it into a 501c trust. We're going to sell it. You're going to get your full value.
Yes.
And then we are going to give the money to charity. And then they're happy because no charity wants a property, by the way, because they have to pay for all the maintenance stuff and all of that. And then there are people who go out there and they say, oh, so-and-so owns this charity, let's say Salvation Army, owns this property. Oops, will you look at that? I fell down and I broke my
gosh,
neck.
yeah.
This is real stories. Like this stuff really happens. So if you can find a way where you can protect your client and get their best tax interest for them, and then be able to protect the charity and get them that maximum value, you are going to never have to work that hard in your life.
I love that. Do you know, I have a story, like, we sold a house that was left to a nonprofit in Jacksonville. It had a life estate to the cat.
Oh my goodness, and they have 9 lives. Okay, go on.
We were like, this thing is never going to die. Like,
And when it did, another one would come on.
exactly. We're like, that's Tabby looks very
It's
healthy.
been 70 years. And the caretaker's bringing in a lookalike cat every time.
Exactly. But I mean, but you talk about some of the things where I'm like, yes, there's a nuance to every single transaction that we do.
Yes.
And so how you master that, but then also harness, I mean, your engineering brain, all of the data, all of the kind of resources that are at our fingertips. I mean, that's really the art.
And that's where AI comes in. Like, use it, because there's so much data. We're never going to be experts in everything. So you have a complex situation, use AI, fact check it. And then also, we're so lucky to be part of Realm that we can call one another and say, hey, have you ever come across something like this? Because this is unusual or unique. And then we're able to talk about that stuff. And I think that camaraderie and that that global brotherhood that we have, I think is huge, because we can't do this alone. We just can't. Even if you're part of a team, not everybody in the team is going to be well-versed in everything. So having that is just huge. And then also being able to go into a client, knowing that their wealth advisor and their trust accountant, all these people are recommending you. You don't have to go for the deal. They did the work for you. It's yours to lose.
Mm-hmm. No, that's right. That's right. So then as you're looking to kind of the future of your team, and building your brand kind of as this global advisor, more and more people are kind of, I think it was like a 400% increase year over year of people looking outside of the United States for secondary domiciles. What do you see?
I actually go and meet with big developers, like in Greece or in France or wherever.
I want you to take me with you.
Okay. Oh, I will 100%. Anybody who wants to go to any of these, I can make that happen, and the developer will pay. But anyway, so what I do is I have them come to Boston, and then we'll have a lecture about living in that particular country. And then I bring in an estate attorney or a CPA, and then they talk about the tax ramifications of that particular country and what the person can expect. And I'm surprised everybody's just not packing up and going, because certain countries you pay zero tax. For example, in Greece, which is fabulous, for $250,000 you can get a equivalent of a green card in Crete. And then that equates to an EU passport if you want one. I would never leave the U.S. I love it here. This is my favorite place on the planet. We're lucky. No matter what happens, we all know. But anyway.
But everybody wants choices. And I think that the more that we've got kind of, again, the generational transfer, people that were kind of stuck in the U.S. through COVID, nobody's going to tolerate that again.
Yes. And I think a lot of people feel like they have been robbed of 2-3 years of their life, and they really have been. And I feel bad for those guys who graduated during that time and didn't have the senior prom or the weddings that were crazy, that were just like with two people, or the funerals worse.
Yeah.
So I think everybody is just so ready for freedom and to expand their wings. But at the end of the day, my 2 cents, everybody still wants to really be with family and friends. And so, yes, there will be a wealth transfer. I'm not sure there's going to be this mass exodus or the revision of, I know people are moving to Texas and Florida and all of that. I just don't think that's going to last for too long. It's hot over there. Some of us cannot deal with that with our complexion.
Well, yeah. That's so
or our hair.
No, oh my goodness, that's the worst.
And I found out the iguanas are falling off the tree in Miami.
Oh my goodness, I've heard that.
Yeah,
I've heard,
which they can't deal with 30
that's
degrees.
Terrifying. That's terrifying to me.
I would die. I don't know. I'm very brave, but I think that would be.
That would be
send me over there.
I'd walk around with an umbrella, like it would be PTSD all day. But so Catherine, as we wrap up our conversation, and this is so fun, but what do you think kind of the future, luxury is so dynamic. And so we're in kind of this great era, another era of change. What do you think the future definition of luxury is?
I believe the luxury word that we know is getting to be a bad word. I think the younger generation, they want nothing to do with it. They don't even want labels anymore. Mm-hmm. Like this alpha generation.
Oh, yeah.
Idiots. But anyway, no.
I still like my fancy. Yeah.
We love fancy stuff. But it went overboard. These people were wearing logos all over. Mm-hmm. Now it seems like the really nice suits are back in for men and more tailored and luxury and the quiet luxury that we've been talking about for the past couple of years. And so I believe that that's it. I also think that luxury is not anything you flaunt. It's your own thing. It's something you have in your heart. It's how you feel. And the same thing like with a home. Having the big, on a McMansion or whatever, that's not luxury. Having, your beautiful 200-year-old home in an estate or whatever it is, it's what it is to you. Or, big apartment over Central Park or whatever. It's not something that you're doing for other people. It's something you're doing exclusively for yourself and the thing that brings you joy every day. And so luxury needs to be reinterpreted from what we have been saying for the past 10 years or so.
Luxury is what brings you joy. I love that. I love that. And, I have to say, Catherine,
copyright.
That's it. You better, sis. I mean, my goodness. But I have to say, though, Catherine, it's for me, it's amazing because I think when we all start out our careers and I was I can remember when I bought my first designer handbag. And to me, that was you saved for it and you're oh my gosh, this is so, and now, you get to a place and you're okay, I have those things. To me, luxury is all about the people and the kind of people collection that I get to hang out with, and you're one of my luxuries. So thank you for joining me,
you are
Catherine
my luxuries.
Bassick. I mean, it's such a treat, and so thank you for helping us to explore a little bit more about intelligent luxury and. I
there's
think
so much.
There's so much.
Yes,
we could keep going.
We could go on, and we should. But if anybody's really interested in leveling up their game, it's not about the price point. Get some credentials. Get some certifications. Show these people that you are at their level so they can trust you with their client base. If you don't show that you have that, you're really not going to get, it's going to take you get it, but it's going to take you so much longer.
But don't you think, Catherine, too, and I know I'm always I'm wrapping up, but then I have so much more to talk to you about. But it is also about the consumer, and our clients need to also make sure that they're demanding from their trusted real estate advisor the very, very best in the business. Because I can't tell you how many times somebody says, oh, I'm going to list with, such and so's, cousin's nephew, and you're just brother's uncle. And I'm what? What? This is what we do.
I had a client, a builder, a developer, a big developer. He said his wife is an agent, and he said, I feel guilty. I want to give her this one house, this $7 million house. And I said, here's the deal. You go take her to Paris, buy her a Van Cleef necklace, and blah, blah, blah. But let me do this.
That's right. That's right.
Because why would you do that? That is leaving money on the table.
Well, that's it. In this industry, much like in wealth, there's this bifurcation that is happening, right? And the brokers somehow, the really great brokers have gotten commoditized and gotten lumped in.
We can't have that happen.
No.
We can't. And there are people who tell me things like, oh, you're a realtor, da, da, da. I sold the first house over $100 million in the history of the United States, $108 million. But that particular client wanted to negotiate the commission with me. I said, after talking for a long time, I said, I don't really think you respect my profession, and I don't think that I'm the right broker for you. And I hung up on him loud.
Good for you.
And then he called my broker and he said, we're going to give you what you want. We want to list with you. We'll give you the commission you're looking for and blah, blah, blah. And this is great. We're very excited. We're thrilled. And he said, but we have to make sure Catherine is the one who's going to be listing the
Because I want
property.
her negotiating for me,
And then-
right? Yeah.
And then so my broker's like, well, of course, Catherine loves you. Why wouldn't she do it? I did it. I sold it 32 days later.
I mean, that's pretty fierce.
Without any photography, it was secret. We all had to sign non-disclosures. And that was that.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm proud to be sitting here with you.
I'm so
You're
proud
a
to be sitting
legend.
with you. I'm so thrilled with what you have created.
Oh,
And
thank
it
you.
is like, I believe it because I'm part of it, but I'm so very proud of what you have done, and I hope you are too.
Well, thank you. It's just getting started, though.
I
That's the
know.
exciting thing. And I think that this is, using minds like yours and like our other realm colleagues to really kind of shape the future of the industry is what this is all about. Like it's not up to, not up to any singular person. It has kind of become this movement.
This movement is going to elevate all of us to not being a commodity. And that is everybody's job. And you're helping.
Mic drop, yeah. That's it. Oh, well, Catherine Bassick, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much
Yes, for
for-
helping to shape the future of intelligent luxury.
Oh, thank you for having me here. I'm so excited to talk to you. It's so easy. I love it.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Intelligent Luxury. Asha and I are delighted to continue on this journey with you as we continue to unpack the soul of the transaction and the intelligence of the technology.
At its best, luxury is intentional. So are the ideas you choose to engage with. If this episode inspires you or informs you, continue watching, continue listening, continue learning, and be on the path of growth. Thank you for listening. This is Intelligent Luxury.